a cauldron, just a plastic cauldron, and we're going to make a really cute little thing to set outside. We're going to be using some mesh. So I've red, orange, and yellow, and that's for the flames. We're going to put those on a Dollar Tree frame. We'll put the flames on it, then we're going to put the cauldron on top, and we're going to have stuff coming out of the cauldron. So first thing we're going to do is actually start with cutting the mesh. So the mesh is going to get cut at 10 inches. And normally when I do this method, I will wood burn the mesh so that it won't fray. But I actually am okay with it fraying because it's flames. And so it is okay with me if it looks like that. If you don't want it to look like that, then you could do the wood burning on your mesh. So we're going to put red on the bottom, then orange, then yellow, so that it looks like flames coming up. So this is when I'm really happy that I have this mesh roller, because I can cut all three at one time. So there's one on the top, one in the middle, and one on the bottom. And I'm just going to cut them in the direction that I know I'm going to be using them. Just as it'll make it a lot easier for me when I'm taking these and actually putting them together. So I'm going to show you cutting a few, and then I will show you putting a few together, and then I will do the rest off camera and come back and show you how to add it on. So we're just going to do 10 inches. Having a mat is super handy because I can just measure it out on here, and I can cut all three at once. So this makes it super easy. Okay. So now let me show you how I'm going to put these together, and I will go off camera to get these together and then come back and show you how to put them on. So you'll need some pipe cleaners, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your mesh upside down, pull it like this, and then just match them in the middle and put them together like that. I'm going to put mine on my Deco Mesh tool. So I want red, orange, yellow. So again, pull apart, meet in the middle, just gather. Okay, just like that. So you can use whatever you have to put these and hold these together. Then I'm going to take them out. I'm going to pinch it in the center. I'm going to twist it so that both halves are coming forward like this. Okay. I'm going to take half a pipe cleaner. Pinch it together like that. It's going to go down here at the end. Tie this pipe cleaner on, just like that. And then I'm going to make sure that you can see each level. So I just kind of move them a little bit. And they're going to go down like this. So let's do another one. You can also use zip ties if you prefer. But I like to do it this way because I can get them ready ahead of time. Okay, take them out, fold it in half, pinch this little end like this, okay, and put your pipe cleaner right around that little bottom piece. And then you can kind of pull it out a little. So you can see when they're side by side, they kind of resemble flames. Okay, so I'm going to do probably most of all of these. And then when I come back, we'll start putting them on the bottom. So we're going to put them on the bottom here. And then we'll start on our cauldron. I went ahead and made all of them because I was thinking I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do this. So my cauldron is going to sit right in the middle here. So if you look at it upside down, it's going to basically sit right here. And what I'm going to do, once I get flames on, then we are going to attach it to the cauldron. So I want to go ahead and get the cauldron ready so that it's really easy to attach it when I'm ready. So I'm just going to take my awl and I'm going to poke 2 holes there. Okay, 1 here. So on either side of the frame. So I want at least 3 spots. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now I'm going to take a few black pipe cleaners. 3 pipe cleaners. And go ahead and load them on so that when I get ready, it will be super easy just to get these ready. So I'll go ahead and stick half down. I just need to get it started because I'm going to go on the inside to put the other half through. Because we need the ties to be on this side. So I'll flip it over and just go through that other hole right there. I want to try to get it pretty even like that. And then I'm going to twist it 1 time. That's just going to prevent it from coming out or moving while I'm getting things ready. Okay. There's the second one. Alright, let's do the third one. Okay. There we go. Alright, so when I get it done, all I have to do is put this back here and then tie it on, and we should be good to go. So I'm going to set this aside for now, and we're going to work on this frame. So I want the flames to be, so our cauldron is on this inner circle. I want the flames on the outside here, and then some on the inside. So what I want to do is actually push the mesh right in between those layers, like this. I'm going to fluff this out a little. Now you can see I've got some fraying, but that's okay because I want that specific look on this one. So you can go in kind of sideways and then flip it. Okay, and then I'm just twisting it around the frame. I'm estimating I'm going to need about 3 to 4 But now you want to make sure you're stretching these out so you can see all of the colors. Okay. So I'm going to go all the way around. I want to make sure that I'm spreading these out enough that you can see the individual pieces. So in this instance, you don't want to clump them together like we normally do. So that's why I was estimating probably 3 or 4. Right now I'm thinking 3. Okay. Okay. Just kind of pull them out. So when you think about fire, fire is going to have some redder tones at the bottom and then kind of orange and yellow as it goes up. So that's why I wanted to do it this way. Okay. Now, I like to put all mine together. You could put them individually, but I think they're going to really look cool together. And it saves a lot of time putting them in together. So if you look at the back, I'm just twisting the remaining pipe cleaner around the frame. Okay, and I want to make sure that I'm spreading them out so that you can see all of the parts of the flame. Okay. So I think 3 per section is actually like the perfect amount. And I'm totally okay with these being very messy because I want it to look like flames, like it's coming apart. So the little pieces of the mesh coming out is totally fine with me. If you want yours to not look that way, you would just need to use your wood burner. So we have the first layer on. Now this second layer, what it's going to do is it's going to cover kind of the pieces from the first layer. Okay, so when we put it on, it's going to cover this part. I don't think we're going to need to put as many on because all we have to do is cover up where we put the first one in. Okay, so you can go this one. Let's see, let's look at our, let's just make sure. Okay. Yes, so that will cover great. So what it's going to do is it's going to cover where these little pieces are. So right in between the second one here. So you can see I'll just do the same thing. Tie it onto the frame. And I'm thinking 2 will do this well. Okay. twist it on. This would also make a super pretty flower if you wanted to do all the cuts. And we will do some more wreaths kind of similar to this. This is just a folded version of the sunburst. Gotten them all on. We have a few left. I don't really think we need them, but I want to put the cauldron on and see. So let's kind of fit this in. Oh yeah, I think that's perfect. Okay, so we're going to flip this over. Now we're going to take our pipe cleaners that we put in and tie this, secure this down. Okay. If it doesn't feel secure enough, you can add more. I'm thinking this is going to be okay, but we could also tie them together just to give a little bit more security. Tie this on out. There we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's good. All right, so now we're gonna do the inside, but how cool does that look? That looks so cool. Okay, so once we've gotten our cauldron ready, then we're going to start getting ready to put some ornaments and some lights in it. So I have some of these little white styrofoam pieces from the Dollar Tree. I do want something that's white because I don't want something to come through my ornaments kind of showing anything in the bottom. If you had something that was black, that would work as well, but you really don't want anything to show through, so I thought I would take this white and just cut it in half. And all I have is a foam knife. It's just a serrated knife. That's what you want to use on the foam. So you can use a bread knife, but any kind of serrated knife works. I'm just going to kind of eyeball the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing special about this. It does not have to be perfect because you're really only doing this so that you have something to kind of add to put your ornaments kind of on top of. So when I'm working with something like this cauldron, what I'll do is find things that I already have around to kind of stuff in there. So old boxes, some of the bags that some of my crafts come in. But cardboard boxes work really well. Okay. Let's see how much we need. Okay, first thing, I'm going to take this bottom part off. I know we're not going to need that. Okay. There, that's pretty good. Okay, so you can see it fits right in there. And then we may even be able to cut this down a little bit more. I also have sheets like this that I keep to do projects. So this is about a 1/2 inch. And so I could use something like this. Just to kind of give you some ideas. I would just mark where I wanted to cut it. Okay. So let's use this. I think this is going to be our best bet. Yeah, that's going to be great. Okay. So the reason that I want the styrofoam is because I'm going to attach the light set that I have to this. So I'm going to put some glue on the other side here so I can glue it down to my box and just keep it in place. Okay. Just enough to kind of keep it from moving around. There we go. Now this is my light set that I have. This is battery operated. It also has a remote control. I like this kind because I can change the color of lights. So you can turn it on with the remote. You can change the colors. So we could do green, we could do purple, orange, any color that you wanted to do. There's some, like you can make it twinkle. So what I like to do is go ahead and take it out of the package and get it all loosened up. You know, it comes in a package like this, all kind of tied together. I have a second one just in case. I bought a 2-pack because I wanted to make sure I had enough to get the look I wanted. I'm going to actually kind of hide the batteries down in here in between the cauldron and the flames. And I'm going to take this. I'm going to come up here and I am going to use some U-pins, floral pins, and attach it into the styrofoam. Now these are longer than I need, so what I can do is just cut some of the length off. You can use wire that you have and just bend it over. I like these because they're pretty tough and they'll stay in place. Okay, so I can just take one and pin down my light, kind of move it around. I just want to make sure that I'm going to get a good coverage of where my lights are going to be. So I want them to be all over, like this, kind of down, but I don't want them to fall down into the cauldron because then we're probably not going to see them. Okay. But I want to make sure that I get it kind of all in here. Okay. So let me trim some of these. Okay. So I'm going to just arrange it. And one thing you can do while you're kind of arranging it is to go ahead and put the lights on. So you can kind of see where they're going to be and how they're going to look. This just kind of saves a little time, I think. Okay. So all these little floral pins do is kind of hold it in place so that I can make sure I get a good coverage. Now, just so you can kind of see, let me turn out the light. Okay, now you can see it a lot better. So when we get done and we get our little bubbles, right, our clear ornaments on, we'll turn out the light again and see what it looks like. Just so it'll stay kind of where I want it to. So I don't want there to be too much structure to my lights, but I want to make sure that I just have them everywhere. These are plastic, so you want to make sure that you're using plastic. Put some of these down in the styrofoam if you want to. I do find that that can help a little just because it gives a nice stable place to glue a few to. So I'll usually take a couple. And just kind of push them down in there, put a little glue on. Okay. Maybe one in this corner, one in this corner. And then I have something to kind of glue to. So make sure you're supporting your styrofoam so you don't push it all down. Sorry about that noise. Okay. There we go. All right, so one more, and then we'll have kind of a base that we can glue to. So we can glue to these, and we can kind of glue to some on the sides. Like I said, you're going to want to support that styrofoam so that it doesn't sink in while you're pulling and tugging on it. There we go. All right, there we go. Okay, now we can just start gluing pieces together. So I have the holographic, right? So the ones that have kind of the little holographic colors to it, and I have the clear ones. So I want to kind of do a mixture of both. Reason being is that the clear ones are going to reflect exactly the color that I put in there, whereas the holographic is going to add a little bit more to it. So I want to make sure that I have kind of both, because I do want to have some of that just light reflect. So you can see with this one, it reflects only that green light. Okay, and these kind of add a little bit more color. So you can see how having this structure in here can really help to have something to start with to glue on. I kind of go and figure out where I want to place it first, and then I start putting a little bit of glue there. You don't want too much glue because you don't want it to, you know, shine through and just not look nice. So there we go. Okay, let's do. So I just kind of set it and then figure out where I want to put my glue, and then what else it's touching, and I'll put the glue for that. You are going to need to hold it in place for a minute while it does kind of set. You can also put some of your lights up in between your pieces. There. I think this is going to need a little bit more support, so I'm going to put one under here. Okay, so right along there, right along there, and right along there. Okay. The little ones will kind of go in between the bigger pieces. Okay, like in there. Isn't this so cute? Okay, so we have more of the clear. So we have a piece for the back here. A piece right in there, and a piece right in there. I find it easier to do it this way. Then I can make sure I'm going to glue exactly where I want and not too much, because I don't want that glue to be really obvious and show through. Okay, so I want one over here. So, right in there, right in there, and right in there. Okay, here. There and there. Do want to hold them a minute so that they will take hold. Okay. All right. And right there. Okay. This way I can get just the points that I'm gluing, and I don't have to add, you know, a whole bunch extra to it. Let's see. All right. I try to put them where I feel like they're going to support each other. Okay. I am using low temperature glue as well. So you don't really want to use high temperature glue, especially around some of the lights, because you don't want to damage them. I do really find it useful to have the lights on while I'm doing this, so I can see, you know, how it's gonna look and if I'm getting things in the right places. I find this very useful. Okay, I need one over here, so a bigger one over here. So with this being bubbles, right? Bubbles from a cauldron. It certainly doesn't need to be perfect, because they wouldn't be perfect coming out of a cauldron. Right? I do want to take these little pieces off because I don't want to see them. I don't want to see that silver through. Okay. There. There. Okay. And there. Okay. I need a large one over here. There. Then we can put a small one in between these. Like in here. Right in there and right in there. I find it easier to place it and then put the glue, because then I'm not going to get it in unnecessary areas. Here. So I already know I'm going to need to put right there, because that's how it's going to stand. There we go. Oh, how fun is this? Now, if you don't want to put lights in it, you could just do colored ones. So we did do another one where we did the skeleton, and in that one we just did the colored ornaments, and that's totally fine if you don't want to have to deal with the lights. You can do that as well. I just really like the lights because I think it really adds a lot to it. Just a really fun look. Okay. I'm going to start putting in some of these smaller ones. Okay. See how I just put like a few drops in there? Okay, so I feel like the last large one, let's go put it right there. Okay. All right, then we're going to do the small ones here. There. Right there. Okay. Oh, that's so cute. Now you of course can put as many lights or as few lights as you want, and as many ornaments or as few ornaments as you want. So if you wanted to put on a second string, you could do that. If you wanted to put on more ornaments, you could do that. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, let's turn out lights. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Right, so you have your flames coming up from the bottom. Then you have your little bubbles. If you want to kind of cover the spaces, what you can do is take some tulle. I would take whatever color you wanted. Oops, I didn't hold that one on long enough. Okay. All right. So I would cut like maybe 10-inch pieces, but it doesn't have to be a specific length. And you're just gonna kind of wad it up and put some in here towards the bottom like this. I think actually 10 might even be too much. Let's see. Just little pieces like that. Just kind of something underneath it like that. You could also use batting. You can put batting around it, but I think this is cute too. Okay, just kind of tucking it around, and you don't want it to look uniform. You want it to look like it's something bubbling out. So Just kind of plop it in there, glue it down. So you can see it's just kind of coming out a little. You don't want a lot of that. You see now why you want something like white on the inside? Okay. Just want it to kind of be coming out a tiny bit under there. This. I don't want to cover my cauldron or anything else. I'm just kind of putting little pieces in there just to kind of give a little bit of color at the bottom. Let's just cut some pieces off. Okay. Just kind of sticking pieces in there. Just a little. You don't want a lot. You just want a little bit. I think even just little bitty pieces would be good. That. You okay over there, Bella? Let's cut this in half. That. That's my dog. There. Okay. That's so cute. So then we could, let's turn out the lights so we can see. Okay, so we could do purple, a little bit of purple. We could do orange. That's cute. This is lime green. That's a darker green. I kind of like the darker green. Okay, you'll have to tell me what you think, and you'll have to let me know if you make it. But look how fun that is. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. So that'll look really cute on my table. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure to subscribe and to hit the bell icon so you know when we're uploading content and when we're going live. All right, thanks y'all. Bye y'all.